Budapest is made up of two cities, Buda and Pest. Now they're separated by this river, the River Danube, which lies right behind me. Now all along the river there's some pretty beautiful sights, including the iconic Parliament on the Pest side of this fabulous river, and also the Buda Castle on the Buda side. Now what better way to experience this amazing city but to stay on the river itself. Now we're staying on a hotel boat known as the MS Széchenyi, which is docked right opposite the Hungarian Parliament building. Now you can't get a better view than this. Now in this video I'm going to be experiencing what life is like on board and offering some tips should you come and stay yourself. We have arrived. So the journey in, we're in a car thanks to Holiday Extras. I'm just like to give them a little bit of a plug because they've been very good. And it takes around about 30 minutes to get from the airport right the way down to our hotel, the boat. So I can't wait to see it. I need to shut my eyes and have a large drink. Well, I'll have the large drink first, then shut my eyes. We've just been dropped off and here's our boat. Is it a boat or is it a ship? The MS Széchenyi, and it's an old river cruise boat, so it's used to going up and down the Danube. Now it's just retired at the docks. Just so you know as well, MS stands for motor ship.
The check-in process was simple and the staff were very welcoming. We headed down to our cabin, which was a deck below and towards the rear of the boat. Our cabin was called the Calendula. All the cabins appear to be named after flowers or plants. Our stateroom was a nice size and had city views over the Danube River.
Very important when you book into a stateroom, you've got to find the life jackets because the water is quite high out there, and there's life jackets just in this chest down here. Life jacket. There is a safe here for you to keep your bits in, so you don't have to pay for that.
After unpacking and settling into our stateroom, it was time for a drink in the bar on board.
Oh, finally, cheers. That's one thing you shouldn't do here. But we're having a Soproni, a Hungarian beer, and these cost how much?
£2.
So I don't think we're going to be leaving this bar, to be honest. I do like a nice creamy head on mine. Look at mine compared to yours.
We visited out of season, so the spacious lounge bar was very quiet and chilled out.
So I'm on the roof of the MS Széchenyi here. Because we are literally in the middle of January, it's very cold. There's a big breeze coming down here, so there's no deck furniture here at the moment. But there would normally be lots of tables and chairs here. But you've got this amazing view of the Hungarian Parliament over there as well. Look how close it is to us here. It's like a stone's throw. It's like I could touch it. I can't wait to see it at night. Now, over there in the background, you can see the Buda Castle.
You can walk about on the open deck and get some great photo opportunities of the river and the city. It was now time to head off into the city for a cruise on a smaller riverboat.
Right, so we've come off the boat now. We are on our way to do a river cruise this evening. So we are walking literally down the side of the Danube, but it is like very sort of like precarious. There isn't really a footpath. Well, there is, there's one over that side, but the traffic is just constant, so we can't get across. And on top of that, we've got these wires that we've got to try and cross over here. So we're just inside the jetty, like these wires here. Can you imagine doing this at night? Especially when Joe's had a drink, it wouldn't be a very pleasant experience, I don't think. Been walking for quite some time, about 40 minutes, and we are now level with the Marriott Hotel, which is on the Pest side of the river. Unfortunately, that bridge right behind us here is closed because they're doing some building work at the moment, so we're just walking a little bit further down to cross over this bridge, come back on ourselves to hopefully catch a river cruise from over there, pier number 6. So let's hope we make it. We've got half an hour to get all the way over there water there. I've had to take the hat off because it is very windy here, seriously. Isn't it, Joe?
Yes, it is perfect here.
We have walked miles. We've walked right away from over there, and in the distance you can see the Buda Hills. So this is Buda. We're now walking over the bridge into Pest. Well, that was a mission getting down here, seriously. We made it by the skin of our teeth. So I got my headphones. Bring your headphones if you're doing this. And we're just setting off now. Very important. Beer.
The river cruise takes just under 2 hours to complete.
There's not many people on this boat, but this is the Parliament building over here. It's absolutely beautiful, and right opposite this, you know where we're staying. We're staying on this river cruise just over here, the MS Suzanne, and you can see it coming here in the distance. It's lovely, and there's blankets to wrap yourself up if you get a little bit nippy. It's fabulous. Ahoy!
It cost us around about £25 to do this, which included a bus tour as well. We have a city view of the River Danube, so it's basically a wall over there. But the other side of that road is a fabulous Hungarian restaurant. So we have come to a little back street Hungarian restaurant. It's very nice actually, very quaint, and we've got ourselves like this wheat beer, and it's literally doing the trick. We haven't eaten a lot today, and I'm feeling a little bit tipsy. But one thing that is served with everything here in Hungary is paprika. You'll find that paprika comes with most Hungarian dishes, and that is paprika. So I've ordered goulash and camembert, not all together, although I could actually mix it up. It would be quite nice. We'll see. Anyway, it's experimental. We'll see how it goes. Tomorrow, it could be a burger. So you just put paprika in your duck soup?
When they're hungry, you do like Hungarian stick. Hey guys. Whoops. Nice.
Put a bit more in, Joe.
No, that's enough, thank you. No,
Go on, one more spoon.
no, that's
You know you want to.
no.
I opted for a traditional Hungarian beef goulash, which was divine, and the dumplings were delicious. The goulash is traditionally served with sour cream. We have finished our meal now. The waiter's brought us over these drinks that look a little bit like clear water or vodka. It smells, you can smell the fumes. This is Palinka. It's a traditional Hungarian drink, and I have been told by many people to stay away from it. And when somebody says to Richie, stay away from it, Richie doesn't.
Thank you.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you very much. That is strong, that is. After staggering back to the boat, it was time to take in the impressive Parliament building by night and listen to an opera singer wooing his girlfriend with his vocal talents. I do recommend that you bring some nice slippers, because this floor does get very cold at night, even though it's carpeted, because obviously you can see where the Danube is there. So the floor is actually beneath the sort of like the surface of the river. So we're underwater down there, to be perfectly honest. I feel like a fish. Breakfast is served from 7 AM and is a mixture of continental, Western and Hungarian delights. Because we got a jam-packed day, we were the first to the buffet.
I've got some Frankfurt sausages, bacon, and some wiener sausage. I think that's the other way round. And here, vegetables for breakfast, very healthy. Oh, this is what I like, donuts. We're just having breakfast and we've got the most amazing view here. I mean, you just look over there, you can see the Parliament building, although the sun is shining. You can't get better than that, can you? Seriously. So I'm having melon with a bit of pineapple and a peach and a yogurt. I'm feeling rather healthy. And then I'll go for the unhealthy stuff. Joe has just gone straight for the savoury pastries. Haven't you, Joe? Yeah. So unhealthy. Today is the first day that we plan on spending a full 24 hours here in Budapest, and it's going to be absolutely jam-packed. So this morning we are going to a spa till lunchtime. Then we're going to experience some traditional Hungarian food. After that, a bus tour. We're going to see various different sites, and hopefully this evening we're going to make it to a ruin bar. Can't wait.
We found the best way of getting around Budapest is by using the Bolt app, which is really reasonably priced and you pay through the app. The Széchenyi Spa is one of the most famous spas in Budapest. It's the longest spa in Budapest and is built over 2 thermal springs. It costs us over £20 for access and a locker, which is basically your own private cubicle.
It's very small in this cabin. It's just enough. Oh, I've got my swimming trunks. These cabins are great, but they're very small. But what you do is you leave all your stuff in them, which is kind of unusual for the UK, because they'll probably get broken into. And you use your wristband to get back in, using this sort of technology on the door.
How do you get one of those?
Now they do have these amazing weekend parties. They're called Sparties here. And you can imagine what happens in these sort of like lockers. You know what I mean?
As well as part of the spa being used for medicinal use, it's also used for events. In total, it's got 21 spas, including a beer spa.
Oh, that's lovely there. Oh, that's lovely. I feel absolutely invigorated after that, to be perfectly honest. That is definitely worth going to. Although if you do rock up, be prepared to queue, but you might get in a bit cheaper. We actually booked online via a tour operator, and we booked fast track entry and cabin access. So that's why it cost us a little bit more money. But with that, we also get the Palinka experience, which is basically the Palinka Museum and a tasting session, which we're going to be doing that tomorrow. So definitely worth coming here. In fact, you've got to come here if you are visiting. A short walk through the park alongside the spa is Heroes Square, which has got impressive statues built into the walls. The square is dominated by the Millenary Monument, a 36-metre pillar topped with the Archangel Gabriel. Now this is where we picked up our tour bus. Okay, we are on the bus tour. Can't really see much out the windows because it's this plastic, but it's okay, it does a trick. So it's around just over an hour to do the whole loop, and you can hop on, hop off all the way around. So in a moment we are going to be getting off at the next stop, which is for the Buda Castle. It's a lovely day on the Danube, very romantic. Are you feeling romantic, Joe?
Yeah.
Lucky me. So we're feeling kind of lazy. And the funicular railway, which takes us up from the bottom of the hill to the top where the castle is actually broken until February, so well, they're repairing it. So we've decided to commission a caddy car tour. It's cost us around about, I would say, about £8 in UK money, and it stops off at the Fishermans, Bastion, Buda Castle, and various other stops as well. So yes, feeling rather lazy, but when you're on holiday, you are allowed to treat yourself to things like this, aren't you? Seriously. Well, we can see a lot more out of these windows than we could on that tour bus. I think it's because they've had a bit of a clean. This is quite nice, isn't it, Joe?
No.
Yeah.
You lost anything?
No,
I tell you, that caddy car up here was worth its weight in gold. You could see all the people walking up the hill and they were like, and we've just travelled up in style. Anyway, our first stop is Fisherman's Bastion, and here there's some amazing views all over the Pest side of the river, and if you look to the left you can also see the Buda Hills as well. Let's get some good shots.
Just like most tourist destinations around the world, there are opportunistic pickpockets in the area, so be careful of your belongings, especially when taking pictures of the city. This is a perfect moment for them to strike. After taking a few selfies and doing various pieces to camera, it's time to pick up a souvenir, and I found a shop selling traditional Russian dolls.
It's a Donald Trump Russian doll.
After taking in the impressive views at the Fisherman's Bastion, the Buda Castle is around about a 15-minute walk from this location, and it's definitely worth seeing.
These caddy cars up to the Buda Hill are worth their weight in gold, seriously. It's so cold today.
-8 degrees tonight.
-8 tonight, really looking forward to that. It's a bit bumpy. It's like a white knuckle ride, I tell ya. You got grey hair now, Joe?
I started.
We ended our day with a trip to a traditional Hungarian ruin bar. Now these are like pop-up bars in old ruins from the war.
So we're in the ruin bar, and both Joe and myself, we have got some beer. And we're relatively hungry, so we got some traditional English cuisine because we are absolutely starving and a lot of places are closed. And we got traditional fish and chips. I'm not going to hark on and say how wonderful this place is because, to be honest with you, this, I wouldn't feed it to a cat. So it's first thing in the morning, and this is the day we're actually leaving Budapest. But we have got a very full itinerary. So plan of action is we're going to go into the city, see as much as we possibly can. Joseph wants to really sink his teeth into a Langos, which looks a little bit like a pizza, but it isn't. And we'll come to that a little bit later. So hopefully we get to do that. And also sample a little bit of Hungarian sausage.
And alcohol.
So we're just crossing over the Margarets Bridge at the moment, and just down there is the MS Széchenyi that we stayed on. It's very frosty this morning as well. We didn't bring out gloves. So we're crossing over the bridge. We're going to get a tram the other side of the bridge, which is going to take us past Parliament, and from there we can walk to St Stephen's Basilica and have a look round all the shops and everything else.
Yeah.
How you feeling, Joe? Do you wish you brought your gloves?
No, I'm fine. It's a very big, it's a very long bridge though. Very big river.
It's a very wide river, isn't it? Compared to the River Thames, it's very wide. So this is the famous crown, which is roughly around about halfway across the bridge, and this marks the spot where right opposite, on the other side of the road over there, is the road that takes you to St Margaret's Island. Now originally you couldn't get to that island unless you had a boat, but now there is a road there and there's lots of sporting activities that take place. So if you do like your running or any of your fitness stuff, that is the place to head to.
St Stephen's Basilica dominates the skyline of Budapest and is located on the Pest side of the river.
So this is St Stephen's Basilica, and you can see the big dome here. Now actually there was a great storm when just after it first opened, and that dome actually fell into the actual cathedral, so they ended up having to rebuild most of this. Okay, it's still relatively early in the morning, but we're going to chance it, see if we can actually get in here. It's probably going to be closed. Oh, might be hopeful. So we're just walking up the steps now. You got to put your COVID mask on. Put your COVID mask on. Is it open? Oh, fantastic. Those steps nearly killed me.
After exploring St Stephen's Basilica, it's now time for a tasty snack, and what better than a langos? Langos is a traditional Hungarian food. It is deep fried flatbread served with a variety of toppings. Traditionally, the Hungarians used to use leftover pieces of dough which they baked in the front of a clay oven. Nowadays, it's a popular street food.
Oh, that one's nice. Woo-woo's favourite.
This is the Uka Cafe, which sells a variety of langos.
So this is a plain langos, but you can get various different flavours. Very popular street food here. I've eaten already half of this and I'm feeling very full up, so I'm not going to be going too mad on it, because it's I imagine there's a lot of calories in here, and Richie really does need to lose a little bit more weight, I think. Weight Watchers are not going to be happy that I've been eating this. Very nice. Very filling, very reasonable. That's 700 florin. So that's around about less than £2. We've got a coffee just to wash it down with as well. Cheers.
After our refreshment, it's time to find the Fat Policeman.
So this is the statue of the Fat Policeman here in Budapest. I think a lot of people have been rubbing his belly because it's the shiniest part on the body. I'd rather they rub there than down there, to be perfectly honest. Right, I'm here, I'm at the Grand Central Market, I will call it for now, and this is where I am going to sample a traditional Hungarian sausage. Come on.
Paprika is a very popular spice in Hungarian cuisine. The Turks introduced them to it, and it's widely used in dishes like goulash or chicken paprikash. It's a popular souvenir to take home, and you can get lots of goodies at the indoor market. Also, upstairs at the market, you can get all the popular Hungarian cuisine. Hungary is also famous for its sausage, and there are a variety of different types available.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I did say that I would be trying traditional Hungarian sausage today, so here it is. This is a traditional Hungarian sausage, and we've got some tomato sauce, also known as ketchup, and mustard as well. So this is going to be delightful. So it's me first. Me first. Look at your lips all going crazy. It's very red. So. Let's try it. That is gorgeous. I have to say, that is absolutely gorgeous. You're not having any.
It's fine.
You're not having any.
It's all right.
That is very nice. Put some mustard. There you go. Try that.
There's a McDonald's next to it. No, hold on. Unusual texture.
Yeah, it's nice, lovely. Yeah, the sausage and the mustard goes really well, doesn't it? I'll try it with ketchup as well. It's absolutely delightful. So we went for the traditional one. There was also the black pudding and there was a liver sausage there as well. But we went for the traditional. And this cost around about £2.50 for half a sausage. It's very popular here, especially if you want to come here for Langos or some Goulash. There's various different places that sell traditional Hungarian cuisine, street food here around the upper level of the market. I do like a sausage. Those of you that know me know that I like my sausages. But that's another story. Smother it in tomato sauce. You can see a church built into the rock face. Now, underneath all these sort of hills on the Buda side of the river, there are masses of caves to explore. The cave church can be found at the Buda side of the river, just at the end of the Elizabeth Bridge. There's international audio tours that you can do. They give you a contraption and you walk around the church, pointing it at different areas, and it tells you about the history. It's absolutely beautiful inside and very well preserved. It is actually a working church and you can actually join a service if that's what you want to do. Well, sadly, that brings me to the end of this video here on board the MS Cézanne. I hope it's given you a little bit of an insight about what life is actually like on board for a guest. It is a stone's throw from all the major attractions, and I definitely recommend a stay on here. If you've enjoyed this video, please do click on the subscribe button at the bottom of the screen. Until the next one, thanks for watching.